you have fire in your gut? Okay, we're here for a reason, to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast.
And welcome back to the latest and greatest episode of the 7 Points Podcast. My name is Jake May, joined as always by my co-host Quentin Crisco. We're going to break down all the playoff games, college football and NFL for y'all in a quick hit podcast. Going to keep it around 15 minutes, so stick around. Let us know what you think. All right. Starting out, we have Chargers, Texans. Texans 2.5-point favorites at home, 43.5-point total here. Model leans the Chargers, but doesn't have it as an actual play and likes the under 43.5 this game. I have the Texans in this game +3. What do you think?
I have a lean towards the Chargers. God, I don't know. I don't like this number. Honestly, this is close to call for me. I just don't know which Jim Harbaugh team we're going to see, because I think they're going to fight their brains out. Yeah, I'm not even sure that's a good fight their hearts out, I guess is a better term.
Try real hard.
I don't know if that's enough. The talent differential between these two teams is pretty big in my mind, but one team has been really played above their talent this year. The other has played well below it. I'm taking the under 43.5. I think it's going to be a drag 'em out game.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Steelers, Ravens. Ravens 9.5-point favorites at home, 44.5-point total here. Model leans Pittsburgh, but doesn't have it as a play, but does like the over here at 44.5. I'm taking Ravens -9.5. I think the way this Ravens team's playing right now, they're just psyched up, ready to go. We talked about it on the long form, though. Justin Fields is the X factor in this game that nobody seems to be talking about. So it'll be interesting to see if we see any Justin Fields. But what do you think?
I can't bet Ravens -9.5, because if I'm Mike Tomlin, if I'm Arthur Smith, I'm making a sicko game plan for Justin Fields. Yeah. It's as simple as that. And we are going to get weird with it. We are going to get wild with it. I'm taking the over 44.5 because I think both sides are going to score points in this game. And one thing we forgot to mention on the long form podcast, Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
That has to have an impact. So give me the over 44.5. Probably a lean towards Pittsburgh +9.5.
Yeah, man. Those Ravens stay injured, it seems like. All right, next up we have Broncos, Bills. Bills 8.5-point favorites at home, 47.5-point total here. Model leans Denver +8.5. Doesn't really have a lean on the total. But I am taking the Bills. You talked me into it. I kind of like the Broncos coming into tonight. Josh Allen is playing out of his mind right now. I think he'll run through anybody at this point. They're playing so good, and James Cook just scores nothing but touchdowns. Broncos led by a rookie, Bo Nix. I mean, if you're a Broncos fan, you got to be happy that you made it this far. You got to be happy about the future. But I think your road ends here, and yeah, I think the Bills roll.
If you're a Broncos fan and you clicked on this video because Bo Nix is on the thumbnail, I apologize, because I'm taking Bills -8.5 too. And I do not I don't love your QB. I think he's fun. I think he's a good media icon right now. His pictures are always fire, but I don't think he's all that good. And going to Buffalo against a defensive head coach who's going to have some tricks up his sleeve for a rookie quarterback, give me the Bills -8.5.
Also, is this winter vortex? Is that hitting Buffalo, or is that mainly just hitting the Midwest?
I don't know. I imagine. I mean, it's been hitting Philly since yesterday.
Yeah, if you got bad weather in Buffalo, that's you don't want to do that. All right. Now we got Packers, Eagles. Eagles 4.5-point favorites at home, 46.5-point total here. Model likes Green Bay +4.5. Does not have a lean on the total. I am taking Packers here at +4.5. I think they have the better coaching staff. I think they find a way to get it done with all their dirty, stupid voodoo magic that they pull out in the playoffs. I hate both of these teams. I hate the Eagles more. It's very, very close. They could both lose, and I'd be happy. A perpetual tie. They just never stop tying, and eventually both get eliminated, and then they let the Bengals come in and play in the NFC playoffs to move on to the next round would be the best case scenario.
Oh man, if Jalen Hurts was not still with the concussion designation, I'd probably take Eagles for -4.5 on this, but I can't with the Jalen Hurts questions and with the Matt LaFleur, witch magic that he does seemingly, because a part of me is sitting here going, Vic Fangio is going to make Jordan Love look like a fool.
Yep.
But another part of me is going, I've said that before. Not about Vic Fangio, but I've said it before. And Matt LaFleur keeps finding ways. I'm taking Packers +4.5.
All right, next up we have Commies Bucks. Buccaneers 3-point favorites at home, 50.5 point total here. Model leans towards Washington catching 3 points here and leans towards the over of 50.5. I am taking the over 50.5 in this game, and I'm also taking the Buccaneers. I love the way the Buccaneers are playing right now. Bucky Irvin's playing out of his mind. McMillan's playing out of his mind. 2 rookies, 2 young legs coming into the playoffs with a veteran presence like Mike Evans, who's a Super Bowl champion, and a guy like Baker Mayfield at the helm. I love this Bucs team. Vita Vea going up against a backup center is a nightmare scenario for anybody. Another good story here. If you're a Commanders fan, this is the most excited you've been in 30 years, probably since your 9. Yeah, I guess you had a little bit of juice the RG3 thing.
Because that RG3 rookie year, they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, but it didn't end great. Hopefully, this is a better ending for you.
Yeah.
As in, Jaden Daniels just stays healthy. That'll be a win. But yeah, I'm taking the Bucs here. I think the Bucs roll, and I like the over. I think the Bucs have no problem scoring in this game. The only way the over doesn't hit is if the Commies do absolutely nothing, which is also a possibility.
Yeah, I'm taking Bucs -3. I do like that over though. I might take that later on, but right now I'm just taking Bucs -3. I don't trust rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs, especially against a defensive head coach, similar to what I was saying about Bo Nix. But with Todd Bowles' defense being even more, he disguises a lot of stuff. Give me Bucs -3. I think they're going to roll.
All right. And then probably one of the most exciting, intriguing games of the first round, Vikings-Rams. Rams are 1.5 point dogs at home, 47.5 point total here. Model likes Minnesota and has a lean towards the under. I'm going against the model here. Give me Rams money line +105. I love the Rams in this game. I think Puka Nacua is playing absolutely incredible. If they can get Cooper Kupp going, that's just an added bonus at this point for that offense. And Matt Stafford in the playoffs, I mean, he's seen it all. He's a veteran. He's a Super Bowl champion, and he can make every throw. Combine that with Sean McVay being able to break down any defense going into the with his game plan going into the game. Another great story for the Vikings here. I think you have something to build on. I think you hold on to Sam Darnold. I don't think you let Sam Darnold walk out the door, even if he has a bad game here. But I wouldn't be surprised if he has a bad game. That Rams defense is flying all over the field right now. So give me the Rams money line. I like it.
I'm with you. Rams money line. I mean, Sean McVay versus Kevin O'Connell, mentor versus mentee. The Rams beat this team 30-20 in Minnesota earlier this year, and they were more banged up then than now, I believe. So Matt Stafford is the most dangerous quarterback in the NFC. I firmly believe that.
Yeah,
and so that alone makes me think Rams.
Yep. All right, now on to some college football playoffs. We have the Ohio State University taking on the University of Texas in the in the Cotton Bowl at AT&T Stadium.
Sugar, Cotton, what's the difference?
Ohio State is 5.5 point favorites in this game, 53.5 point total. Ohio State rolls. Ohio State is playing so far ahead of every other team in college football right now. As long as they don't turtle up and play like they did earlier in the season, I don't see any team staying on the field with Ohio State in these playoffs. I think they absolutely roll. Give me Ohio State 42-17 in this game.
Yeah, I'm taking Ohio State -5.5. I think Texas. I mean, a part of me does wonder if Texas got their bad game out of their system and this one's going to be a banger. But like more than not, I think Ohio State.
I mean, they played Georgia twice, lost to Georgia twice. The only other ranked team they've played is Arizona State, which they also should have lost. They won by one big play early in the game on their offense and a punt return. You take those two out, and they kind of get boat raced off the field. Cam Scottaboo absolutely ran all over you, which he couldn't do versus Texas Tech. It's not a good sign.
Yeah, you're right. I'm with you. Like you just talked me into Ohio State's got a bunch of guys who could have gone to the draft last year and decided to come back to win a natty. These guys care a lot right now. So Ohio State -5.5. Give me that.
Yeah. And then we got Notre Dame, Penn State. Should be a great game, especially if you like O-line, D-line play. A lot of names to look at in this game. We didn't talk about it in the long form. Abdul Carter maybe not playing. We'll see. But
I didn't know that.
We both like Penn State in this game. We talked about it in the long form. Drew Aller has a chance.
Yeah, Aller has a chance to be like the top quarterback in this class.
Yeah. The way he's playing in the playoffs right now.
If he reverts on his statement of staying in school.
We know what these tight ends can do. Tyler Warren's absolutely incredible. So if Penn State gets some big time throws out of Aller here, I don't see how they don't win this game. But Notre Dame's very, very good, very disciplined, play great defense, play great offense. I don't trust Riley Leonard is the only thing. I think it comes down to quarterback in this game, and I'll take Aller over Riley Leonard. So that's the difference for me. We have James Franklin versus the Notre Dame head coach, Marcus Freeman, who both often get criticized for not being able to win a big game. So something's got to give here. Give me Penn State.
Man, if you're telling me if that's all I know is Marcus Freeman versus James Franklin, I'm taking Notre Dame. And if all I know is Drew Aller versus Riley Leonard, I'm taking Penn State. And like, if Abdul Carter is out of the equation, and like I think Notre Dame's defense might mess with Drew
I think
Aller
it's one of those where he could play, but I think the risk to his draft would be the reason why he's not playing. Like if this were an NFL game, he would play no matter what.
Okay.
So I think it's one of those things.
But that sounds to me like he's probably going to play, but it's a question now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a big thing to watch going into this game.
Yeah. But that'll do it for this week. We'll see y'all next week for the national championship for college football. For the divisional round in the NFL, talk some Lions, talk some Chiefs. We didn't really get much into. We had a little bit of Lions talk in the long form. If you're a Lions fan, don't have nothing to listen to this week, go check out the long form. We had a 15-minute discussion about how great your team is. Q hates you, that's fine, but
I don't hate him.
I've been the number one Lions supporter now for 5 years straight. I called this run as soon as y'all traded for Jared Goff. I believe in Jared Goff. You're good enough for Detroit.
Good enough for Detroit. All right. Adios.
That's how we've won all year, team, right? Hey, you held them to 20 points, man. You gave us a chance at the end. I got 3 words for you. You like that?